Hello and
Hello.
welcome to BBU F1 Franchise League Spain Grand Prix.
A Spanish Grand Prix on one of BBU's traditionally very messy tracks.
Yeah, there's a lot of overtaking spots in Spain. At least I personally find that. Well, should I say Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya? Because
Oh yeah, that's the quote official name, right?
yeah, we're actually really close to the hype train right now with the resubs coming in from the
It
guys. So
is
thank you for that.
AlphaTauri's home circuit.
Yeah, we've had a couple of driver changes as well.
We have.
Yeah, Travesties came in for AlphaTauri, right? In place of Evoque.
You're right. You're right.
Yep. So AlphaTauri with a new signing there. And I think it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. Definitely strengthens the team. Um, as for what we're gonna see around Spain, I've been checking out qualifying pace, like time trials and things. It's looking pretty close. I think Crispy's edging out first place right now, but there's a lot of drivers in like 2 or 3 tenths of him, so we could see a really close qualifying session. I think it's important to note that there are 2 drivers on the grid today who have been given penalties from last week's race.
Come in.
They
Take a
will
seat by the fire.
be awarded.
And they will both be issued with a 5-place grid penalty, and that is actually both McLaren drivers with Strength and LN4 will both receive a 5-place grid penalty. So, hey, we're here, hype train. Let's go, guys. Thank you. So yeah, let's get hype with the hype train and jump straight in with our flying lap from the winner of this race last season, which was Hodgson, I believe.
It was Hudson, which now drives for Haas.
And do you want to try talk us through the lap on this one then?
Thank you.
Do you mean you hate? Do you want me to do it?
Yes, I want you to do it.
Okay, as you see, it's a very messy sector 3, but you line yourself, you go right on the edge of this straight. You can go actually a little bit wider there to get yourself lined up, coming down the pitch straight. You're going to hit just on 200 miles per hour as you come down the Spanish straight. It's the longest straight outside of China, nice and wide into the quick right-hander and up the hill into the left turn 2. And you're going to see not much overtaking going on in the first part of the track, but as people start to filter out into the second sector is where you see most of your action. It's a pretty slow right-hander, but again, there's natural camber on the corner, so stick to the edges and you fucking stay down about, I'd say 60%, 70% around this track. Again, you've got to make sure you get just enough of the curb as you're coming out into the middle of sector 2. Going up the hill, you can catch a lot of this curb as well. There's a double lip there. You can go just in front of the second lip and actually go a bit straighter through there, but he's just getting us through the track at this point. Second DRS zone kicks in. Again, this isn't really an overtaking point. It just gets you right up behind the driver. So as you come up to the slow corners of sector 3, you can really line yourself up for them making a mistake, which is going to happen here if anywhere, or for yourself to hit that DRS as you're coming down the very long pit straight and get the overtake done. Yeah. So that's going to take us through there, and we're probably going to be looking around lap times of 115 to 116.
Yeah, that's what you've seen here, just shy of 116.
Yeah, so it's the 116. The qualifying session is due to start any second, so we're just going to wait to get ourselves into the lobby with all the drivers, and we'll get underway with the qualifying. What do you think about that, Donkey?
It's going to be exciting. I think I really hope we aren't going to see a lot. Traditionally, a lot of the crashes is coming down the hill in the third sector and in the, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, in I guess the fifth corner. So the second corner of sector 2, that's often where we see a lot of mistakes. I rewatched the Grand Prix from last year.
Yeah, 10, 7, and 8 again, and people coming up the hill, a bit of oversteer, I think, definitely on the cards. And we might see 1 or 2 people trying to actually use that DRS first zone as you come around turn 9 and trying to go up the inside into turn 10. But you've got to be really close on the backside in order to make that overtake work. Because
and as you said, like as you enter the third sector there, like you really use it to get close to the other driver. You don't use it to overtake, and that's where we've also seen some just a friendly loft tap there in the back which I hope we don't see, because when you're going fast and if the field is tight, that's when you're gonna see some big crashes there, because there isn't a lot of road there.
No, there isn't. It's actually pretty narrow in parts of this track.
Oof.
Which
Speaking of, I have breaking news. It is raining.
for qualifying or the race or both?
I will confirm.
Okay. I think we're just loading into the qualifying session now, so we'll get some more information for you.
It is definitely a wet quali.
It's definitely a wet qualifying session.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And we'll get that up for you on the cameras now. Here we are, guys.
If it's not okay, Lobby Remake has been confirmed.
What's the Lobby Remake for, my ass?
Oh.
Okay, so just a clarity then, as it was supposed to be a wet qualifying, you can't specify between the two when you're setting up an individual race. So was it supposed to be a wet race, or are we just going to have a dry session throughout for the remake?
Yeah, but it should. Yeah, but it should still tell. It still knows now.
We're supposed to match what the initial lobby would have given us.
Yeah. For anybody caring, we're talking to Wilder right now. He is probably muted on stream. We're just talking to the race leader, I guess.
Race marshal, race stewards.
Whatever the guy that calls the red flag is called. Director. Yeah, you know, the man that unfortunately, well, maybe probably a good thing, shut down the Belgium Grand Prix this weekend.
Yeah. And thanks for everybody who's involved in the hype train. Enjoy your level 1 hype train emotes on the chat. Choo choo, mother flippers. Yeah, it looks so wet as well during qualifying. It would have been interesting to see.
Oh man, did you see the puddles on the track as well, man?
Yeah, right. But luckily, we do have a couple of provisions in place, in the rules for what to do with certain issues. And as the settings are apparently still causing issues, such as drivers not being able to apply setups and AI automatically taking over drivers, which it shouldn't. It's
should be no
still
AI
happening,
if you don't have a third driver. Which, speaking of, when we spoken of earlier, more and more teams are picking up third drivers and race engineers.
Yeah, Ferrari just got themselves a cheeky little sell and sell.
And I've heard on reliable sources that he is a hacker man. That but yeah, Ferrari got one, and do you still? I guess you don't have a third driver, right?
No, I don't.
No, you technically don't. So, and Mercedes, we have signed Quizzy, I guess seasoned F1 driver. He was here last season, and I think he proved his worth. He is signed on as mainly a race engineer for Mercedes, but he can take the role of third driver as well, and he could be lent to other teams as well.
True, yeah, I think there's potential for Quizzy to be subbing in for Ferrari next week at Monaco, which is gonna be a close.
Yeah.
Gonna be a close one to call. Here in Spain, there's definitely overtaking opportunities. Monaco, it's all about driver consistency and mistakes.
Yeah, there's basically one overtaking opportunity. Like in Monaco. We saw it last year, or we didn't in the real F1 race because, well, the TV production crew decided to cut away as the fucking overtake was happening.
So did you say it is raining for the race?
I don't know. We don't know.
I'm excited. Do you have a potential favorite going into Spain then?
I have heard that Somta is good at it, but Somta isn't showing.
Ah.
I think Travesty could be good. I've heard he's really, really solid driver. The new guy for AlphaTauri. Tarachi, obviously. I know Cosmic has put in a lot of time, and is, I think you said third in time trials right now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, which is, man, that's so. But yeah, obviously, like the fast drivers like Crispy, Tarachi, Cam
Oh,
will
okay.
do.
Sorry, we've just had it in from Mr. Davy Boy, good old Dave, reliable Dave. Letting us know
I
that
mean,
it was also supposed to be raining in the race as well, so it should be wet throughout, and therefore the weather conditions should be carried over.
let's hope.
Spain in the wet, suddenly it gets a lot slippier because there's a lot of natural camber on the track.
Yeah, we
And
saw it here in the quali. You could see it,
yeah, and with
and
the
man,
declines and inclines throughout as well, it could really have an impact on people's ability to keep it steady.
uh, oh, and Copro Fire is signed as a reserve driver for AlphaTauri. So I think he can't jump in middle of the race anymore.
Yep. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome on in. You're part of the herd. Here to witness what is only actually the second race of the season, believe it or not.
It is, and we have had 5 driver changes so far.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But one was a transfer, right? So like that doesn't.
Yeah. It wasn't a full on driver quit. But yeah,
Yeah.
and we haven't seen any drivers getting fired yet, which is good.
True. I'd fire you.
Why?
I don't like you.
But I'm great at racing.
Sure. You
I
haven't
used
lost a
the
game in this season.
yeah, true. 100% win rate.
I mean, I didn't say that. You just
Actually, I
haven't
don't.
lost.
I also have not. I don't think I have. I have not even done a time trial
So
because I
then,
don't own the game.
we are one day early from this race being cast live at the studio, at the BBU studios.
True.
How cool would that have been?
Man, that would have been in the old calendar. That would have been.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
start
true. Yeah,
on Thursdays, man.
yeah,
And on the other end, we're one day late for it to be cast there,
yeah. So BBU studios will only be used for the update, which will be a late update too.
which will be a late fucking update.
Yeah, Fire Cosmic is too dangerous to be kept alive. He's too powerful. You mean?
I mean, last time I checked, he finished above your stupid drivers, and he got less penalties than your people's. So
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the
it's not
delay, guys. Of course, we are trying to get 18 drivers all together into an individual lobby as a remake, so it can be a bit tedious. So apologies for that. But I believe Wilder's got everybody together now.
Yep.
We're ready to go. Yeah, we've got full visual of the lobby.
Yeah. Fucking
I set the
ready.
spectators. Audio's fine. So cool. Thank you very much. Okay, stream. So we just had it in from the race stewards. We have 17 drivers. We're ready to go. They're just gonna get the last checks done, and we'll have the race underway, or at least the qualifying underway.
Yeah. Oh,
The maximum of
don't
5
say
minutes.
too much.
The maximum of 5
Okay,
minutes.
so just to confirm, the people who aren't here today, right now, it is, as I said, Somta unfortunately isn't here today.
Those bars.
Nor is Bas, and I think that's the only two, right?
No, we're missing
Because
3.
wasn't the third Glenn that now has picked his car?
Yeah, but there's not 7. Yeah, there's not 18 in the lobby, right?
Okay, so Bas is not there. Mancho is there. Right. Williams.
Camera.
He said he would. He's there,
He's just not picked his team. Okay, so he is there.
which he needs to do.
Alfa Romeo's missing. So that's something, but we knew about that. Alan Forster in the lobby. He is here today, so he should be.
If I am not mistaken, if he doesn't race today, that means that his penalty will be moved to next race, correct?
Correct, yeah. The penalty applies to the next event that they attend.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So. Davey Boy is in the lobby.
I mean, looking at him, lobby has been updated.
Yeah.
Hype for this. We still haven't seen a full grid, but man, I think this is the biggest grid we have had in BBU.
No, we've had a 20.
With full people.
Yeah, that's when we started. That's before we split into 2 divisions initially.
Oh yeah, the
20 plus,
end of quotes season 1, I guess.
Yeah.
No, 2.
Into season 2, yeah. For anyone who is on the stream and interested, there's going to be a BBU hosted Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition custom game going on after the race. Both your casters, myself and Donkey, are interested in playing, along with the Ferrari race engineer Lewis, who will be there. Potentially the race steward Wilder will be there, along with my Twitch moderator Navarian. My other Twitch moderator, Callum, will be attending, but maybe not playing. And if we ask really, really nicely, we could even convince the broadcaster of today's show to be in attendance as well. I believe he accepts OnlyFans subscriptions for convincing. Real talk though, we do need to start promoting our broadcaster.
You really need to.
It should be on. It should be on the graphic. I'm sure I requested this last week, and it's not.
I think, but then he had to update it, and his Photoshop died. So I think he prioritized that the drivers were correct, which, well,
true. That's quotation marks the important part, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and
we're
just to
loading into
confirm,
the
we have
session
the
now.
full wet session, both quali and dry, right?
Dry race and wet quali is what we've had confirmed.
Okay,
and it is a very wet quali, which indeed it was anyway. There was puddles everywhere, so.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Just gonna get our broadcasting spectator menu sorted out, guys, before anyone darts out on the track.
Because why would any of this be saved for every time you go into it?
Yeah, right. That's so frustrating.
I don't understand.
Another thing we can look at doing, if we so choose, is editing the actual UI so things are more around the edges. And it would be a slight adjustment, but that's something we could do.
Yeah. We could also change Cosmic's name.
Oh, man, I wish.
We can. You just give him a nickname on Steam.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think we should do that for next week, so it's not as bad.
Okie dokie. Nobody has left the pitch yet. I think they're all currently waiting to see, okay, it's going to be a dry race. Do I go with a dry setup?
But I see Cosmic is getting ready to leave there.
Yeah. I love the way it has the player names on the garage. It's really cool.
Yeah, that is really... And he's there. He jumped out of that garage. Let's go. He's on the way.
How long did it take for his race engineer to realise that the car had left?
While.
We'll see an Alpha Tauri come out there as well. Along with, I believe, a Williams. It's very wet out there, Donkey.
Man. The aquaplaning will be a thing here. I guarantee you, man.
I don't think it's flat enough to see too much aquaplaning, as much as, like I said, it's just going to be the back end kicking out and people not.
Yeah, I think
having grip around the corners.
I think we will see that around, like coming after the chop, like I guess the last turn.
Yeah, and it can. like it can take you a bit of time to get the tires to the appropriate temperature on wets as well, because you need to actually keep them cool because they get warm pretty quickly. It's kind of the opposite of what you expect.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks wet enough, so it should be fine. But you've got to get them to that optimal temperature, because driving around on a track like this, it's
Yeah, I guess the big super smart tire play here could be to fucking like go as you can and then try a lap on intermediates, because they are just that much faster.
I mean, potentially,
If
but
you could get a lap in there on those tires, because the tire just doesn't really matter, because you can choose any compound after this.
that's true enough, actually. Yeah, so it could be worth maybe putting 2 laps in on the wets and then switching to inters. But
Yeah, and then see, okay, how about, or like, okay, my last 2 laps, I don't think I can do any better on the wets, so let me try and inters. Like, and then we
Carson's
see
back
Cosby.
into the pits, so I assume he overfueled.
Yeah.
But we do see a couple of people starting flying laps, I believe. Harry Butter and Flyer should both be on their flying laps right
Yeah,
now.
let's see. We are on Harry Potter here into the first turn, and there they. Oh, and there it's
And he
touching.
contacts with the Red Bull. He
Man,
didn't. Like, the Red Bull kind of didn't really get out
replay
the way.
would be
Bearded's out.
great. Replay would be great if we had that right now.
But that's unfortunately technology we don't yet possess. Yeah, it looked like Bearded didn't get enough out of the way of the flying lap coming through, and
Yeah, man, that was unfortunate to see.
that one will definitely be going to the race stewards.
It will, most definitely. So just a reminder to every driver and watcher, please save all the clip you can, so that the race stewards has as much information as possible.
Yeah, Harry Butter, I don't know if he just didn't see him or expected him to be more out of the way or what, but
And it could also just be, well, could it be water in his face that he just couldn't see anything?
potentially, yeah. I mean, you accelerate through the first
Yeah,
10
that's
as well,
what I'm.
so
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
and as you're coming through to 10-2, you can't naturally lean out to the side. Times are going to slow down quite a bit. He's going to end up with another car in his way here, though. This time in the form of an Aston Martin. It's not going to slow him down too much, and he goes in the pits. He doesn't want to keep this time. It's too wet to try and like it's too wet.
Yeah.
Okay, we might see the first lap time coming in. Flyer with a 129.981. The next one's going to be from Mancho, who, like you said, I think is top 3, top 4 in the time trial so far that I've seen. I don't have everybody on my list.
Yeah, but I think you are right.
Let's see, a 135. So not enjoying the wet around Spain.
To be fair, who is?
If anyone's enjoying the wet around here, I don't know. Maybe Tarachi.
Yeah.
Hodgson doesn't mind the wet, I believe, typically.
No, but he hates this track.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I don't know if the wet will make that. That could actually be an ace into his quality. Maybe he's better in the wet because he generally is good.
Salty gave him with a 127.8.
That's actually a fine time.
That's 2 seconds up over Flyer. That's an insane pace from the current champion. And it's a good start for Mercedes as well.
Let's go. And Glenn is out.
Glenn is out, so oversteer coming up the hill.
Yep.
That's what's happened to Glenn.
That's what we talked about.
Coming through turn 5 and 6, he's oversteered, hit the wall.
Yeah. Man, that's unfortunate for him. And we on with Hodgson here, the driver that didn't like this track, but last year's pole sitter.
And we have had a lap time from Crispy as well. He's exactly a second off the pace of Gaben, which is a bit of a surprise considering he was the fastest in the dry on time trials, at least. Anyway.
But there's just different.
There's so much water here.
And
LM4 Travesty puts in a lap time. The new driver on the track with a 130.7 put him in 4th on the grid.
And Hodgson then takes just faster, and then Strengths puts in as well. Man, they are so close.
They are so close, but it is important to remember that the strength will be getting the 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah, so it is for him right now. It is he needs to get. Ooh, is that a car out? It's Calm. Calm is out. Just as we enter Sector 3 after the DRS storm.
It's
And
a spin from Cosmic, but no
Ooh, he
damage
needs
to
to
the
make sure that
car,
he
it
isn't in
seems.
the way there. Okay,
He's trying his best to get out the way. It's
yeah.
fortunate situation for everyone.
Yeah.
Whole thing, nobody's damaged.
Yeah.
He'll probably pit.
I mean, 3 cars are out so far.
Yeah, and this is just qualifying, yeah.
Yeah, man, shit. Fortunately, it is a dry race, so which means people are probably sitting with a dry setup.
That's very true. Yeah, Cameron second with a 128.7. So he's a 10th up on Tarachi and Crispy, but still a second off the pace of Gaben, who is apparently set an untouchable time, Donkey. Yeah, he was the first driver in the draft. How, like, are you feeling confident about him all of a sudden?
Never not felt confident that he would be a great choice. As I've said to my drivers, I asked them what the predictions or what the goal is for this track, and the goal for this track is to get one driver top 5 and one top 10. That's the goal for today.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, because none of them were like, okay, I'm super confident I can really pull off here, but they both said they would like put in the practice for, and well, so far it's shown. Like, Wilder, do you have anything for us? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
No update from the race stewards other than the driver technical difficulty.
So we have to find out more information about the collision between Harry Butter and Bearded then.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Crispy with a 128.0. That was a really strong lap. Definitely shaved a lot of time off there. And I think, that's prompted Gabe to come out the pit and go, okay, I'll come back at you then, Crispy.
Okay, is the rain slowing down?
I don't think it is.
No, I actually think, if anything, it's getting worse.
Yeah, I think the drivers are just getting a bit more used to the grip levels now.
And like the racing line will obviously be drier than the rest of the track. You can actually kind of see it in some. I don't know how well it goes through on stream, but like I know the drivers can see it.
LN4 coming through sector 3 now. Probably get a good time out of him. No, he goes into the pits. Okay. The Red Bull behind him, I believe it is Altrox.
Yes.
And he will be trying to improve his time, and he does. He goes up to 8th place with a 129.184.
Gosh, pushes people down. And Cosmic has set in a real time as well, 129.9.
129.9 from Cosmic. Yeah. So he is just above Mr. Davy Boy. Tarachi now coming through the trials and tribulations, that is the slow left, right of sector 3. Coming onto that pit straight. And he's looking pretty solid. Will he go faster? He does go faster with 128.257. So these times are coming down, even though the track conditions aren't improving.
Yeah. Speaking of times that's coming down, Gaben just started his flying lap here.
And will he improve? Let's watch Gaben as he blitzes through Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya.
Does that mean that at some point, if politics change, that this will not be Spain?
I don't know if it is at the moment.
I think.
I guess Gaben abandoned his lap. Yep, yeah. He's not going with this one. It was affected by outside drivers, so he's just going to pull up on that one.
Yep.
And we'll see Strength instead now. Starting a flying lap. It looks like there's a clear track up ahead, so he should have a clear run.
This should be very
all the way around.
Good for him. And as we said, because of his 5-place grid penalty, he needs all the places he can get, and his co-driver LN4 is just behind him as well.
Yeah, we do really need to see a big time from him here. Speaking of people who we need a big time from, Mancho also in Sector 2 right now, only on a 135 dead, so hopefully he's also on a good lap, but we'll find out in about half a minute how he's doing.
Yep.
Strength is looking pretty clean through Sector 1.
Yes, it's
Oh.
almost lost the back end there, but nah, he does good around here. What about up the hill there? Ooh, bit
Really
on the
wide
steer.
up the hill, really wide. It looked like he was too scared to use that curb.
Yeah,
That's going to cost him time, because you can go
yeah,
pretty much straight through there.
yeah. But hey, it's faster to finish than crash out. Oh, goes wide
Macho
on that.
does go faster with a 131.958, but still stays last of the cars with times.
But will currently still will not be last, as we said LN4 with his grid penalty.
And
And there
strength
is
as well. But we'll see if his time does go up. He's going onto the pit straight with a pretty good pace here. It could be
and
a
that
129 low. No, it's 129.7. He's 1/10 over. So no improvement from strength this time
But the
round.
other McLaren just started his
We see Flyer coming through, and as he crosses the stopping line, he does go faster, just about, and
and
put
Dave's
himself
gone.
up into fourth. He actually squeezed over Travesty,
Yeah. Oof.
and Davey Boy flying lap. Come on, Dave.
Let's see what's going. Can you
The
like?
actual number one driver that was drafted. The actual first draft
True. This is
out of
number.
every driver.
Yeah, the real
So,
number one.
Gabon was actually second.
Yeah, you're right.
It was just your first draft, but
Yeah, you're right. And as I said last stream, like he was realistically the only choice I had.
yeah, you've been together for a long time. Dave, very very quick to get over onto his on his line for the apex there. I like it.
I'm ready. I think he puts in practice, so I think he can
Yeah,
take this pretty
just
straight.
touching the curb as we watch him go up
Yeah,
the hill.
yeah,
That was a
yeah, yeah,
lot more aggressive than
yeah.
we've seen Strength do.
Yeah.
Which is
He puts
promising.
in,
And again, he's just touching the curb going up into sector 3 as well. As long as that didn't get DNF'd, I don't think it would. Then this has looked like a really strong lap time
This
from
is a
Dave.
really strong lap. He's looking at 1, 2. Oh,
Oh, just hold it. Just hold it. It won't cost him too much. I mean, he was
no.
3/10 up on his last time,
Yeah,
I think,
I don't
already.
think he will beat Gaben on this time, but he will get up there. He will
I
definitely
think
improve
we
his
could
time.
manage to go up to a 128.8, by the way. So
Yeah,
he's up into 8 now. And we'll see Davey Boy coming around onto the pit straight. You want to be
and now it's full pedal to the metal.
hitting this about 124. And he goes 129.6. He goes up to 11th.
Oof. This means that Cosmic needs to improve his time. He is out right now, and so is Gapen. I don't know who is in front of them.
I think
One of them
every
is.
car is on track right now except Travesty. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. What Mercedes is it that goes around first? It is Cosmic that crosses the line.
It doesn't go faster. 3/10 slower than his last lap.
So sad. Camera goes.
I'm just going to move over for camera to come through.
And there, Hudson as he crosses the line. Hudson is fourth, 128.2.
Half a second faster himself. And then we'll see what Gabon crossed the line, I believe.
He didn't improve his time.
No.
And,
Macho also not improving his time. Tariashi nearly spinning as he actually came through there, but he's on his outlap, so he's just starting now. And if anybody's going to challenge the top spot, he's the closest to do it. They're all within 5/10 of each other, and Tariachi's the one at the back, so he's. Thank you very much for the 3-month subscription, Gil. Tariachi's going to be the one who actually takes the top spot out of everybody still out on track, I think.
I think you're right. But so far it looks solid from him.
Yeah, it's looking good, but and there's not really anybody in his way.
I mean, there is an
AlphaTauri, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Travesty on an outlap, so he shouldn't get in the way. That's if Tariashi even catches up to him.
Yeah. There's a Ferrari there that's out of view, I guess. Or Williams. Yeah. It's
See, it always feels slow as you're coming through the long right-hander that leads you down into sector 3, but it's a slow sector, so you kind of expect that.
yeah, it has to be. And Gavin says a faster lap.
127.4, that's 4/10 faster.
Man, that is actually just
Teriyaki
showing
is
you.
quick onto the back straight, though. This is
Oh,
definitely a
wait.
128. It's a 127.9. He goes second, and he fills up the front row. Crispy and Flyer are in the pits. Those two are not getting back out. It looks like we've had a spin from Altrox.
I think you're right.
So the front row of the grid potentially already locked in place.
I mean, yeah, who could like? Hudson is out. Flyer's out. Sorry, not Hudson.
Yep, Flyer's done. Crispy's done. Davies in the pits. He won't be coming back out. This is going to be the last time everybody passes through the checkered flag. And who are we seeing coming through first? Is it Strength or is it LN4? It is Strength.
No, it's LN4.
No, it's LN4.
LN4.
It's LN4.
My bad. Let's see if he can improve it. He does not improve it.
He does
Then
not.
we see
Followed by
Altrox.
Altrox, who's currently on a 129.01. He won't be going any better on that one either.
And then the next one is Mercedes, and I believe it is Gaben, so he is on an in-lap, and that won't get him through.
Yeah, he'll just be pitting on that one.
I think Cosmic is as well, but I'm not sure. He definitely is now, because that lap
Hodgson's, he's a bit slow. I don't think he's going to improve on this one either.
He did!
127.9, and he takes second.
Oh, and Travesty takes second then.
And then Travesty comes through and takes second back off him.
Man,
wow.
if Gaben did improve his time, he would be second.
He would be second, yeah.
Oh my god. What a qualifying this has
been.
And
it's a spin from
the McLaren. Almost blocking
Cosmic,
the pit entry.
Cosmic just about manages to go around him to get into the pit safely and end his qualifying session.
Yeah.
LM4 also would have been sliding around the track.
So, man.
Cho. Man. It's
in the pits. This turned spicy real fast.
Yeah, we knew it was close all throughout. But I mean... Gaben's kept a pretty consistent, like, 4/10 lead the entire quali. But the three behind him, the four behind him, man... There's only 3/10, not even, between those. Which is wild.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
And jumps back to this crashed out Crispy in the Williams.
Crispy doesn't drive for Williams.
Is that Crispy? No, he said he's left his thingy, but it was the Williams that was crashed.
So there we are for the start of the race. We'll see Gaben and Travesty taking the front row. Second row of the grid will be filled by Hodgson and Tarachi. Crispy, Flyer, Camerat, Mancho, Altrox will round out the next 6. If it says LM4 and Strength are 10th and 11th, they should actually be moving down 5 places if the grid penalties have applied correctly. So they will be replaced by David Boy and Cosmic, followed by Bearded, and then...
Okay, so they will be applied next race instead.
Yeah, the penalties will go through next race instead. Okay.
We can confirm that they have not been applied due to the game being bad. Okay, you need to look in F1 Town as well. Crispy has been kicked out of the lobby. So while the deals with that, so Alex.
Yeah.
I assume everybody went in with a dry setup, right?
I'm assuming so, because, man, you lose more time in the race for being on a wet setup than you would gain in quali for being on
Yeah, exactly. So
a wet setup. But
yeah, because like if this was Monaco, I would be tempted to go in quali wet
Monaco
setup,
the other way. Yeah.
right? Because you're like, okay, I don't care. Like
Just
where,
hold track position.
yeah, where would you get past me? Like move.
But
Hungary again, maybe actually because I defend really well on Hungary.
I
Ask
love
Bradley.
overtaking Hungary. Okay, we're lined up and ready to go. Red lights for Circuit de Barcelona,
And that's a
Catalunya.
quick one.
Red lights
And
are out. It's an instant start. We don't see any
that's
jitters
some
coming through just yet. Everybody's lining up as we all look to hook that left hand side. Travesty actually
travesty
gets
is
up to the first.
third spot. Oh, and there's a bit of contact between the Mercedes and the Haas there.
Plenty of people
Gabe
going
takes
wide.
the
We've got to
inside.
watch sector 2 and 3 to make sure there's no collisions. Everybody's looking pretty clean through it right now.
Yeah.
As the grid kind of tapers
Somebody
out.
goes
Somebody went
wide.
really wide, but there's a front wing bouncing off into distance, but all cars are still going. We'll figure out who that is as we get through the lap. And as the field tapers out a little bit, we're going to see Travesty off to a flying start, followed by Hodgson, Gaben down to third, Camera in fourth, Teriyaki in fifth, Flyer in sixth, Mancho has moved up to seventh, Allen for is eighth, Crispy down to ninth.
Could we get the
Altrox in
tires
front.
up, Kian, so we can see the tire choices of people?
It looks
Okay,
like the majority of drivers have started on mediums.
Yeah, but we do see the two McLarens starting off the soft tire compound. Maybe that was because they thought they would have grid penalties, so needed to make up a lot of positions at the start.
No, they would have been made aware. They were definitely made aware.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should.
They knew before we did.
But man, maybe they know something we don't. And Cam is dropping down the positions. He has.
Gaben is hungry. He's right up behind Hodgson. He doesn't want to let this travesty guy, this new guy to the track, get ahead. But the 122 dead already. Sector 3, we have a yellow flag, but it doesn't look like there's something too serious. It's one of the Aston Martins, I believe.
Yeah, it's.
Or is it Dave? It's AlphaTauri. It's Dave.
Man, badly.
He's in the pits, so I think we know whose front wing we lost. Crispy also missing front wing, I believe. We just had reported in.
Yeah, and Harry Potter tries to get past him, but man, Crispy's not just letting that place up though.
No, he won't. He won't. He's going to hold everybody up as much as he can, but he does eventually fall to the back of the pack.
Yeah.
With the exception of course, Davey Boy. He was pitted onto the hard compound. That won't get him through to the end, so.
No, but hard's into softs, and he can pit later than everybody else.
He could have done medium softs, though. I don't know. Crispy has left the session again. It's another disconnect, so maybe some internet issues on Crispy's part. Hopefully he can get back in as we ride on board with Gaben through Sector 3.
You have to remember that the Steam servers are updating right now as we speak.
Standard. Gaben is all over the gearbox of Hodgson. He's not letting this guy get away from him anytime soon. DRS will be kicking in very soon. We're just waiting for the race stewards to let us know as the 119 start coming in. Camera taking fastest lap from the fourth position with a 119.4.
DRS has just been enabled, so it will be enabled for the next DRS zone, the shorter one on the track here.
So what needs to happen now is Hodgson desperately needs to stay within 1 second of Travesty, otherwise this big DRS train behind him is going to do a lot more pressure than they have been.
Yeah, oh man. Gaben almost
Gaben.
And he takes the inside line there. Oh, I can't get through.
Crispy's managed to rejoin, okay, so he'll have lost some time, but he's in the pits anyway. And
man, Cameron can do the big play here and overtake 2 cars here.
Yeah, he could do. It's looking like a really clean start to the race so far, so big props to all the drivers.
Yeah, man. So happy to see this. Crispy's in the pit, obviously getting his wing change. Harry Potter was in the pits as well. Don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, we do see the DRS from Gaben in the first detection zone, but as I said, that's not really an overtaking spot. That's more like a fuel-saving spot, if anything.
Yeah, true, actually.
Right.
But now here he comes down to the slow part of the track as they follow each other.
Yeah, he's going to be really careful
with the McLaren.
One mistake
and that is strength. No, it's not. It's it is strength. That's spun out
Travesty with a 119.0, and he's not getting DRS. Gaben does go up the inside with the DRS open, gets the line, manages to straighten back out, and will secure second place. Can he close the gap up to Travesty, or will Hodgson be back at him?
And yeah, that's the thing. Can he make that a 1 second gap?
Well, I mean, you talk about people that were closing gaps. Camera has immediately replaced Gaben behind Hodgson and is in turn on the gearbox. I mean, Hodgson did say he's not a lover of the track, so to get up where he did in qualifying and to kind of hang out there for a little bit, he's doing a good job.
And Harry Potter has won.
Yeah, there is a spin in
And
sector 3.
McLaren has as well. That is strength again that has spun in sector 1, 2.
Okay, a couple of
On the
drivers
border.
further down the track are having issues, but this top group are staying really close together. It's fantastic to watch.
Len is also on the gearbox on the, as we see now. Man. And there.
And that's that's
Oh,
Camera
that's
is
camera
out.
out.
Camera out.
And safety car has been deployed.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
And
Both for Camera and also for everybody else.
Gaben is number 1 right now. He has retaken the first spot.
Travis must have had an issue, yeah, because he's down to 4th.
Yeah. Maybe that was the incident with Camera.
No, Camera was way down in 4th already.
True. I don't know what. Cosmic's in the pits though.
He's probably pitting under the safety car to get some fresh tyres on, I would think.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, if a lot of people plan to go medium to softs, the pitting here is bad.
Yeah.
But if you don't pit and you're in a place like Cosmic, who's now in 11th place and on softs, the ability to overtake on the softest set of tyres around here could actually be huge.
Yeah, it could very much be. And
Alan Ford out on fresh softs as well.
And he's not even the worst.
Fresh hards.
Yeah. Strang has been struggling around here. Like spun twice in one lap.
Yeah, and Mancho has benefited quite a bit though. He's up 2 places now himself. He's up to 6th.
He's benefited a great deal. I think it's yeah, you see Crispy lost 11 positions, man.
And Donkey, we're only 5 laps in, but are we already thinking about our driver of the day? I'm always thinking about it now.
I mean, I am, but I don't want to say it. I think it's too early to acknowledge anything, I guess. I'm gonna wait and see where we end.
But yeah, always driver of the day polls will come up with 5 laps remaining, guys, is when they come through typically.
Yeah. So around the time expect our
so we've got a lot of the space left first. The fact that we're only 5 laps in is amazing, by the way. Like it feels like we've only just started, but man. It was so literally front to back, all the way around.
It was, and the field is catching back up here. I just hope that the restart will be a clean one. And I think it will. I think it will be a repeat of the first start, so I think we'll see some quick overtakes there at the start. Ooh, a Mancho pits.
Mancho pits. So safety car is obviously not going in this lap, it's going in next lap.
Yeah, so maybe he's like, man, I'm gonna go and get those faster tires on.
Normally Mancho he's a hard kind of guy. He likes to go onto soft, harder tires, but no, he's switching to softs.
This is
it's gonna put him right at the back of the pack, so that could be.
Yeah, and there he has to fight Crispy, which is coming up behind him also on soft tires.
And we're unsure if Camera has hit Travesty. We're still yet to find out exactly what happened with Camera. Yeah, we should have an update in the next 2 or 3 minutes in regards to what happened there.
Yep.
Man. Oh, so Tarachi going really wide and actually loses the place for going off track. Loses 2 places for going off track on the safety car. That is totally legal and legitimate, by the way. If a driver does exit the track limits, then people are permitted to overtake him and do not have to relinquish the positions.
Was the biggest safety car bug in the last game.
Yeah.
Because, man, you could just be going past a driver that you were allowed to and then just get told, fuck you, return the place, and you couldn't.
I mean, the biggest safety car bug, I would say, is the time when it used to just go on a rampage and try to kill drivers.
Nah. The other thing actually took out more people because they got disqualified. It took out 5 people in one race.
Okay, we have an update from what happened with Camerat in Sector 3. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like there's been a netcode issue that's caused Travesty to lag backwards inside of Camera, which
Speaking
is
of
in turn pushed Camera off the track.
Travesty there, he just got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Hudson, which is obviously severe because it was under
Which means he's
safety
barely
car.
touched him, but it's safety car, so.
Yeah, so he could have looked at him funny. But
Yeah.
right now, Gabriel is looking at, he just want to get the fuck out of the way before DRS is re-enabled.
Yeah, and since the safety car restart, we've already seen Outcross go up a place and Harry Butter go up a place as well.
And Glenn.
I wonder if they're going to stay as close as they did at the official start of the race, at least at the front end of the pack.
I don't know. Travesty's not letting that place go as he comes there.
He's not. And he goes up the inside. Can he hold it going into sector 3? He does, and he gets through Hodgson pretty nicely.
That was
well raced by both of them. A lot of respect shown between the two drivers.
Yeah. Man, that was faster than Gaben hoped. He hoped that fight would last so he could build up a gap. That gap is not anywhere built to where he wanted it to be.
So at the start of the race, we were questioning if Gaben would be able to close the gap to Travesty of 1.2 seconds, and now how the turns have tabled as Travesty with a 1.2 second gap behind Gaben.
I can see LN4 going into the pits again.
Not been a good race for the McLaren so far. They're having a lot of trouble around here at Spain.
Yeah. Looks like they should maybe look into hiring a race engineer because, man, those cars break down.
Calm all over the back end of Tariachi, who seems to be getting slowed down by Hodgson. So trying to attack and defend at the same time can be really tricky, especially if the guy attacking you is a lot faster than the guy that's defending you.
Yeah.
So
you just get
Tariachi could just end up missing out here. Mancho 3 second time penalties. That'll be for Corn multiple warnings.
And maybe his race engineer should tell. Oh, Altrox is out.
And that is oversteer coming up the hill into turn 6 and 7. That is causing to spin off the track. I can almost guarantee that.
It is. You're 100% right. Do we see the car here? We don't.
That's where the car is, so that's what I'm assuming's happened. But we haven't. We haven't had any reports to say there was a collision.
No.
And Wilder, have you spoken to Crispy about reconnecting to the session? Okay, that was 14 minutes ago, so I think he did manage to get back in.
Yeah, it said Crispy rejoined.
Cool. Delayed updates here. We're on analog signal, not that digital audio. So, right, Donkey?
Yes.
Travesty has managed to close the gap to half a second, but we do have a safety car. Is it a full safety car?
It is a full safety car.
I suppose it's a very narrow part of the track.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
In real life, there would be carbon fiber all over the place.
Not necessarily. They can clean it up really quick.
Yeah, but it would still take more time than the drivers returning to that spot.
Nah, he crashed off the track. We just had confirmation then from the Red Bull garage that Altrox overstayed coming up the hill, and as such, the pressure from behind forced him into a bit of oversteer. No collision, just a mismanagement of power that has driven him into the wall. Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Mancho decided to pit under the safety car.
Well, now if he goes onto hards, they'll last the race.
Probably, yeah. Man, maybe Dave's will as well because of the two safety cars. If he looked a bit after them there, I think he could maybe push them.
There's potential. But I mean, Cameron's unfortunate demise came from a netcode issue, which welcome to Codemasters, by the way, everyone.
Netcode and Codemasters do not mix.
Ironically, right?
Yeah, but...
And Altrox's was just a bit of oversteer coming up the hill, so I wouldn't expect too many safety cars. I wouldn't be banking on more of that coming out. Every driver so far for the laps that they have been racing has been really clean, and it's been wheel-to-wheel racing. To be honest, it's been really good.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Bahrain, but the drivers seem to have closed up even more in Spain in regards to skill, which is just a pleasure to watch as always.
Yeah.
I don't need to pee, but I feel like in the next 20 minutes I'll need to pee
You should probably go pee now.
because there's a safety car, but I
Yeah.
don't need to.
Nah.
So I don't think I'll be able to. You can go pee, safety car. Sorry, that was aimed at our broadcaster. Apologies.
Thank you.
It's always weird because I never know who they can hear and when. I assume they can only ever hear us at all times.
I think that's what we should always assume.
That's what I always assume. And
So everybody, go take a pee, take a quick poo, and then maybe get some popcorn, and we will be back after the safety car. That I assume will
we'll
be
be back
one more
after
lap.
this week.
If you're watching on Danish television, there would be commercials right now.
If you're watching this on Dave 3 years after it happened.
If you do in a few years watch this VOD, man, props to you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for going back, watching a random VOD on YouTube of a virtual F1 league.
Oh, and Travesties managed to close the gap down to Gavin to just 0.6 of a second now. It does, of course, still have that penalty to serve, but there's a safety car out on track.
Man,
which is going in this lap.
Do you think Do you think Gavin is furious about that?
No, because he was kind of gifted first by netcode.
Yeah, right. So, like, do you think he's actually mad, or he's just?
I don't think he's anything. Like, everybody gets a bit hot under the collar when the safety cars anyway, because you get really impatient. And it's not just, hey, you're driving around slow for 3 laps. It's, hey, I have the ability to go 200 miles an hour and I'm going 60.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's...
But you still got, like, going slow.
Safety cars in, and we see Gavin take control of the race.
And he goes.
And it's a really good start. We see still some attempt to get friction into the tyres from some of the drivers.
Oh, and then we see
Hodgson straight up the inside of Travesty.
Oh,
they go with Will. Hodgson does back out, which is the correct move.
Oh, but there comes Tarashi as well.
Tarachi is going around the outside, though. It's a long way around that corner.
But there comes Calm.
Tarachi does get it done, though. Calm coming through as well, but no, he doesn't get it done. Yes, Calm does get through too.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
He does. Calm up the inside, and he will secure the place of Hodgson as well. Hodgson losing out on 2 down to 5th.
Yeah, and Flyer is coming.
Man, Hodgson was a really unfortunate restart there. Everybody was ready to go, and he just didn't seem to have the power under the horse.
He was just in the wrong gear.
Yeah, just weren't kicking. And that was the only real big changes.
The difference here between last restart and this restart is the gap is not as big anymore.
I don't know. Like, Gabon's nearly extended a 1 second lead already.
Yeah,
we do see a spin, and it looks like Mancho.
Yep.
I don't see any damage to the car.
Won't be the arrest for Travesty yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the car, so it's likely just a spin off his own accord.
Obviously, it's disabled. So, man,
still, there's a big drag down the straight, even without DRS.
It is.
Okay, so Cosmic now in the middle of the pack and looking to use those soft tyres. They're pretty fresh, I believe, still, because we've had 3 laps on the safety car. So,
and a spin from Harry Potter, I believe. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Let's Mancho past him.
Yeah. Cosmic trying to make a move on Glenn, and Cosmic is definitely one of the up-and-comers of the league. I don't think we're going to see him hitting podiums anytime soon, but definitely in the latter half of the season.
At when we reach Imola and
yeah, because we talk about workhorses in the league, and Cosmic puts in time.
He puts in the time. And
Flyer does manage to go past Hodgson. Will he hold it? They nearly touched, but very good close wheel-to-wheel racing again. Some great skill and pace has been shown from all the drivers, but especially Hodgson
Yeah.
here, who has been very modest in being overtaken.
Yeah. So now, Glenn and Hodson are trailing each other. So now they could like show that they are at fastest lap from Travesty here, as he is under 1 second as DRS has been enabled.
Yeah, to 119 dead. Crispy with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Dave is now flying past Bearded on the back straight using that DRS. And yeah, he gets quite comfortably in front of him before the apex of the turn.
He gets a nice entrance and exit to the turn and get ready up here. That looks really good.
And if he gets on the gas, which he has done, it's a pretty good exit. And yeah, Davey Boy pulling away. And the job's done on that one, it looks like.
Yeah, and
Well done to the
LN4 is
AlphaTauri.
now close to Bearded.
Crispy has disconnected once more. This is really, really unfortunate.
Very much so, man. I feel for the guy.
And Bearded is closed right back up on David, though. He's not ready to give it up yet. He used DRS will be kicking in now for the first.
Davis looked sitting there on hard tires, if I remember correctly, right?
Dave is on hard, and he tries to stay around the outside, but again, it's a long way round. But if he gets the inside...
Man, that was great. Oh, and there's a shot between the McLaren and Bearded there. As LN4 overtakes.
Okay, and we'll come back down straight. Travesty does have DRS to try to catch with the Gaben, but he's so far back. Terry actually taking fastest lap by 3 1,000ths of a second.
And Cosmic is out!
Cosmic is retired from the session on the straight.
No, he DNF'd.
Yeah, look at his car.
Yeah.
He's on the straight. So he's hit something pretty hard.
Yeah, the wing is gone. Everything's gone.
His wheels are gone and everything.
Ooh, netcode issue there.
Okay,
I think that was Crispy rejoining. I saw some ghosting there.
Harry Potter retired from the session.
Also DNF'd.
He pulled himself into the pits though, right? Yeah, Harry Potter took himself into the pits and DNF.
Yeah. He has retired himself from the race.
Couple of people struggling, maybe another collision, and he's thought, you know what, there's not much point sticking to it. But that does leave us with only 13 drivers on the grid, meaning that despite all of his connection issues, Crispy's still only 3 places off a point. And we see safety car number Trez. This is becoming bothersome now. But I suppose cars are like, in fairness, Cosmic's car was in bits on the pit straight.
It was surprising, like, because his only actually cost a virtual car and then turned into a full one.
Yeah. LN4 with the 3-second time penalty, so that'll be for corner cutting.
Okay. Just got an update from the Mercedes Race engineer.
Yeah.
Cosmic just spun way too much speed coming down
out to second tee onto the pit straight.
Yeah. Well,
he's probably gone too wide onto the pit straight.
Want to get Glenn, man. I don't want to repeat myself. And yeah, the dirty air and the wiggle. Yeah.
Okay, but everybody has jumped into the pits to get some fresh tyres. Calm just getting beat out of the pits by Flyer, who's gone onto the soft. So, seen a lot of different strategies coming out here. And I'll wait. Yeah, but there's also a lot of softs too. So,
this is
this
real mixed bag now.
This gets real interesting, right? So Travesty still has to pit. He definitely has to pit, but he's going to be pitting onto softs. And he also has that 5-second penalty that they'll say for when he pits. So he needs to do what he can on these mediums. Maybe pit onto softs around 24 if he can last that long.
Yeah, something like that.
But that's a long way off. And then have a stormer of a session on softs. Davey maybe can hold out the hards, but again, he's probably going to want to go into softs himself. LM4 on mediums, he will likely be going to softs at some point. Mancho on hards, only 5-lap hold behind 2 safety cars. They're pretty much fresh softs, along with Gaben fresh softs as well. So these two, for me, are in the best position. Gaben and Mancho are in fantastic positions right now. Tarachi, sure, he's up in 6th, and he's on fresh softs. But how much of a gain and a lead is going to be able to do? He's not only just got to catch Gaben, he's got to take Gaben. And then get a lead.
Drive-through penalty for Bearded.
Yeah.
But speeding under the safety car, man.
Strength in the McLaren out on hard as well. But again, although it's been behind the safety car, there's 10 laps on no, so he'll also likely be looking to jump on a set of softs at the end of the race. Flyer on softs, Hodgson on softs, Glenn on softs. All these guys are going to be looking to get some early time impression. But I think hards could be the way to go, because hards could take you to the end here, and those soft compounds are not going to do it. And because there's only 13 cars in this race, it's going to be hard to get some overtakes done.
Yeah, the track does empty out there.
Be right back.
That's probably that P that, well, he should have taken it on the other safety car. Might be a take. So yeah, as Alex said, the hard boys, they're in a very good position there. Man, Dave's, I know his tires are 15 or 13 laps old. Ooh. Strength overtook Flyer there. I assume he went off the track. Which, since the game didn't give him any penalties, so yeah, I assume that. Anyway, as I said, like, it's been on the safety car, so he could, like, if you stretched him, I still think he could do it. Okay, yeah. Oh, so Glenn had oversteer, and then because we tried to avoid that, then hit the last curb, and then, well, he spun. So sad. Well, it happens. Fortunately, he didn't crash anybody else. Out. Which is very good, and we are glad that happened. So, if the race were to finish right now, I believe that Gaben would still win. What is going on with the McLaren there? Looks like... Okay, strength is... What? Okay. And the race is going again. That was a weird thing there.
And Davey Boy will be a lead in the pack.
And Travesty is in the pits right now. Like, hey, one of those had to pit, and well, Dave's tires are technically better because it's a harder compound.
Travesty opting for the hards, which I'm not too surprised by.
No, same. I think Dave will try and get these to last, and then go into the mediums or softs. Hopefully, he can get them to last to the soft tires. Tarach, Flyer goes past Gaben there.
And Terry actually trying to get past Mancho, and
he does.
He does get it done. Yeah, the fresh shocks are paying off pretty early.
Yep, and that is what you have to do. All the soft people have to get in the speed that they can.
Yeah, but with how bunched up the grid is, it can be really difficult. 3-second time penalty for multi-warners on Calm.
And penalties are being giving out left, right, and center.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a tricky race. I mean, the drivers without any brakes, they were doing pretty well, but with the safety car brakes all the time, it's really affected their momentum, I guess.
Yeah, which it really does. It takes you out of that. Okay, I'm focused on racing.
Oh, we're seeing up ahead. We're actually trying to get past LN4 on the straight there. He was weaving in and out, trying to get as much of that drag as he could, but LN4 defends it well, positions the McLaren just where about he needs to, and keeps Tarachi behind for potentially another lap.
Yeah, and Tarachi is there, and his tires will wear out. That is LN4's job right now. Make him wear his tires as much as possible.
This is the problem being on the soft tires right now. You have to fight everybody, and they're not going to make it easy. They're not just going to move out of the way. Like, you're not racing a back marker. Crispy going around the outside, and Flyer also pushing through right now on Mancho. I think they touch a little, or it could have just been oversteer from Mancho. No, it's a retirement from Calm. Yeah, I think Calm's hit Mancho, right?
He hit Mancho, drove straight into the man. I don't think it was like his fault. I think
it was just a racing incident, and unfortunate for Calm. 5-second time penalty for severe collision with Teriyaki from LN4 as well, and it's a safety car number 4.
Yeah, and obviously it's a severe collision because it's under safety car.
Yeah.
Shit.
jeez.
All the safety cars.
Man, the tire strategies are all going to change again, Donkey.
Man,
15 laps. 15 laps
there
on
is
fresh mediums if they've got the fresh ones.
you
Drive through for Beta for
can
speeding on the safety car.
I know that Gabe does, but he decides not to pit. And it's like, nah, track position. Get fucked.
Yeah, he could just be favouring track position at this point.
Which I get. You
I'm
still have
really
to.
upset that this is actually probably one of the cleanest races I've seen, but there's been so many safety cars. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so. Yeah, you're right. It's so weird.
there's been 3 safety cars where there was no driver-on-driver collision at all.
Yeah. And that's what I said. Like, Spain has traditionally been a very messy track for BBU.
Yeah.
Like here we see what 5 people out. Yeah, and that's not unheard of uh, here on Spain.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're almost approaching Monaco levels of if you finish the race, you're getting points.
Yeah. Very, very much so. Speaking of, Monaco is next week. And well,
Can we take a quick look at Mancho's car and see if there's any wing damage from
that's a
rear wing
great
damage?
view from the game there. Rear wing is fine.
The rear wing does look fine, in fairness.
But his front wing, he was smashed right into it. But I assume he changed that, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, rear wing and front wing both look okay.
Yeah.
I had one of the race engineers message me asking if we could have a quick examination of the car, but it doesn't look like there's any damage on the rear wing. I don't know what barge board means.
It's the board you put under. It's the floor, I guess. So, Alex, do you think we will see more safety cars? Or do you think now the boys will stop crashing?
Right,
That's
this
gonna be.
isn't a dig at anybody.
But Dave hasn't crashed yet.
But you would assume typically that as drivers go out, the ones that are left in are the ones who aren't going to crash out, because a lot of the crashes we've seen have been driver errors rather than collisions, as we've said.
Yeah. You're right. You're very right.
So again, that's not a dig at the drivers who have crashed out. I'm not saying they're lesser skilled or anything like that, but
Everybody, you suck.
typically, like,
Yeah, I think you're right. I do, however, like I think there's a lot of fighting left to be done. I think the McLarens are, man, they got blood on their teeth, man, because they tasted being up there in second and then just nope, got put straight back. And Mancho wants that as well. Hudson's ready for it, and Hudson, Glenn, and Flyer has to get everything out of their softs because. Effectively, right now, Gaben doesn't have to pit for the rest of the race, but they do. Mancho, he could probably also finish on these tires. Yeah, I think it's interesting to see. So I think the only people that really needs to pit is Flyer, Glenn, and Hudson. The rest could go. And Crispy got another 5-second penalty. Listen with Mancho, man. What penalty level are we up to with Crispy at this point?
yeah, we can probably take a look at that, but we are on the way again.
8 seconds, and Peter still has his drive-through. That's right.
Yeah,
Still,
that is, yeah.
which, well, he couldn't do that because. Oh, and is it bearded? No,
It's Ellen. It's Strength and
Strength.
Bearded, I believe, have.
And they are struggling to find which way they should drive around the track.
Okay, so we've had confirmation from the race stewards that it will be the second drive-through penalty for Bearded, and out of the 8 seconds of penalty that Crispy currently has, 3 will be removed, so it's only 5 seconds worth of penalty.
Which still a lot. As it stands.
Yeah, presently, yeah.
This is the definite. And so what Gaben needs to do now is just close. What Glenn and Hudson needs to do is, I guess, try and get that position and get as much time as possible to get away from Crispy, because they need to do the pit stop.
Yeah, can we actually take a quick look at the tires again?
Right, because they need to pit, and Mancho maybe needs to pit.
Tariachi is
Yep.
It's gone really quiet.
Oof. Sriracha just takes Dave.
Oh,
and he is all over the gear.
He's landed on Mancho as well, and he does go up
and
the inside and takes them both. Very well done from Tariachi on the fresh mediums.
Oh, they are not done. Travesty is ready there behind.
Yeah, he's also looking to pull off the same thing.
Didn't get through.
That's a collision
Dave,
from the McLaren.
And Dave again.
LN4, just not ready for the speed of the cars around him, it seemed.
And now he looked like he got confused, and there
that's a great switcheroo from Dave, which gives him an awesome line coming up the hill. And he gets it moved on LN4, following his teammate through. That was an absolutely fantastic
very
overtake from Dave. The old switcheroo.
Yep, very well done. Travesty very much looking at the gearbox of Mancho there, and there he's ready for it. But man, great defending from Mancho here. Glenn receives a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so that's fine. And Fly takes fastest lap.
And take a look at Hodgson as he's pushing down on his teammate Glenn right now. 2 harsh drivers also in good positions on the track with only 10 laps to go.
Yeah. But they do, however, have to pit. I don't think their tires can last.
Yeah, it's going to be...
But I don't know. Like, Hudson can really take care of tires, so man, maybe he can. I don't really know about Glenn. I don't know.
No, you're not getting 17 laps. Not being up there as well. Crispy's behind him. He's going to be pressuring him. Dave, though, also trying to close up on Mancho and follow his teammate through the field.
Yeah.
But Travesty's long gone at this point. He's way down the line. DRS will keep him close through the first detection zone, which gets him on track for sector 3, following him through the slow corners. And as long as he keeps it tight but without threatening wing damage, he should have a really good line going onto the pit straight here. That AlphaTauri looks beautiful on the track, doesn't it?
Really does. Like,
it's so pretty.
All the shit I give AlphaTauri, and man, I do give them shit.
Mancho straight over into the dirt to try and stop this drag. She fast lap 118.1 from Travesty.
On medium tires, by the way.
Yeah, on medium speed. 3 seconds for multiple warnings, and Mancho does enough to keep Davey Boy off his tail for another lap. Crispy, however, closing up on Hodgson, and maybe Hodgson at this point he just tries to do a delay tactic, say, "Hey Glenn, we're gonna have to pit at some point.
Yeah,
I'll tank my time. You stick on for that podium, buddy."
Yeah, and that's the thing. They have to, like, okay, what's the plan? Who can make the tires last?
It looks like Hodgson has slowed down a little. I don't know if that is to try and let Glenn build up a gap.
Yeah, and then let him pit first.
Yeah, because there does still be some life in these softs. Don't be as healthy as the mediums right now that Crispy's running, but he'll have enough to kind of hold him back. And Tariachi also on a charge right now, trying to catch up to Crispy. Sector 3, we have a yellow flag. It's to Tariachi, actually, I believe.
Tariachi. Yeah.
No wing damage, just a spin, it looks like. And with that, Travesty with fastest lap again, 117.9. Oh, Ferrari trying to find a way through, but no, Teriachi straight back up to 8th place as he starts looking at the back of these AlphaTauris again. Like, I believe we've seen it before.
And David is very much just cruising around this track right now. He knows, well, I don't need to do anything. The boy up here needs to pit, and I don't. Crispy's actually being held up pretty well by these two
by the two Haas drivers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a lovely shot right up on the right rear. And Hodgson does call it a day and dives into the pits. Yeah. I don't think he built up enough time for Glenn, though, but we'll have to see. Okay. Oh, and that's Mancho out. That's spinning. Yeah, same place that Cosmic went out. He's spawning and just going straight into the wall.
Yep.
So, but yeah, as we previously mentioned, though, I mean, Glenn's still due to pit, Fly's still due to pit. Gaben's looking like he's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I think Gaben will finish at least P3.
Okay, I'm really sad that I'm 2 races now without a Ferrari finish, but I'm really happy that we didn't get another safety car.
Yep. And yeah, unfortunate day for Ferrari. But it hasn't been the only unlucky team here. Mercedes has lost a driver. Williams has lost 2 drivers. And what's his name? Aston Martin has lost a driver as well. And obviously Red Bull.
Yeah, so we're not seeing too many place shifts.
No.
Hodgson did come back out on 9th again on a fresh set of softs.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's only 5 seconds behind Teriachi, so like that's a gap that could close.
Yeah. Okay, I have it on good authority. Mercedes is hoping for P2, working obviously after P1, but man, I know Crispy is coming. And Crispy is coming, that is right, but like he is fighting right now, and he has been fighting a lot.
Yeah.
And Travis isn't far away. As overtake strength.
Yeah, gets through the McLaren.
Yeah.
Hodgson already down to a 4-second gap though. Like.
Yeah, there we see Travesty, man, really gaining time. They're getting ready, trying to do the overtake there.
AlphaTauri have they've unleashed a monster.
They have showed up.
Yeah, 5th and 6th right now on the track.
Yeah.
Looking likely to both stay in comfortable positions as well.
Yeah, looking like with like people pitting and stuff. Maybe actually looking for Dave to also get into top 5.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been tempted to pit now for soft survivors, Davey boy, but maybe not. Maybe just stay on the mediums.
Yeah, I think you lose too much track position there. That he just sure Dave can't make up.
Yeah, where he is right now, he's a good buffer to keep. Oh, fast lap from Hodgson, 117.81. I'm not surprised. We've seen him tearing ass on those softs. Travesty, though, going fastest in Sector 1 so far, as you see him hunting down Crispy.
Yep. And Crispy has to, like...
Crispy hasn't got past Glenn. He's been stuck here for 4 or 5 laps now. Is it more?
Yep. It's 5 laps at least, yeah.
Yeah, on top of that, there's still 5 seconds at least worth of penalty that's coming off Crispy as well. Oh! Oh, Crispy's out!
And Crispy's out?
That was mad oversteer. We just...
Wow,
what's happening? Man,
I don't know.
He hit that wall so hard. Like, I hope he's okay. That's...
Yeah, man.
Damn, I know it's only a game, but he hit that hard.
He hit that hard, man. I would have hit my monitor.
Fuck.
Right, okay.
Crispy had so many disconnects as well, and
Actually, we need to get the fucking driver of the day
we
pulled
need
up.
drivers of the day.
Okay.
I mean,
David for me.
Gaben's got to be the
And
first name on the list.
Dave.
I think Dave's done well. Travis D's done fantastic as well.
Yeah, I think Hodgson really has done as well.
I agree with you. Hodgson's done well, but also, I mean, Glenn again.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna stick to my hey, you got penalty thingy. So like, I don't know. That's usually my rule.
I mean, half the grid have penalties at this point.
Yeah, I know, but still. But yeah, Glenn has really. I feel like,
and the fact that Glenn's managed to stick to a one stop as well.
Yeah, true. And I'm gonna allow it. Glenn in.
Okay, so. Okay, so we'll get the list of people can put in your votes on the polls.
I hope as many people as possible vote, so we get so me and Alex doesn't have to decide this time, because we got equal votes. Which don't do that. So right now it looks that every driver is gonna finish. Oh, not finish. Get points. And fastest lap currently sits with the Haas team because of Hudson. Because hey, but
Travis D. He does get past Glenn and is open to third. He didn't waste any time.
No, he was like, I can't afford. And Dave gets past Tarayachi.
It's also worth noting, Gaben's managed to get into DRS and just about slipped out again off Flyer.
Yeah. Ban.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the penalties. See, as we're coming up to the end of the race, we've got 3 seconds on Glenn, 2 McLarens with 3 and 6, and then Baden on 3 as well. So the last 3 positions look pretty much locked in right now, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yeah.
Glenn looking pretty safe in 4th with a 15-second gap.
So Flyer
to actually go up past Davey into 5th.
Man, look at that. Flyer's got to finish on these tires.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try his best. But will he retain first though? I mean, Gaben is closing the gap.
He is
pretty quickly, and Travis, the man who has been insanely quick around this track, is not far behind, and there's still 2 laps to go. Fastest lap from Travesty, 117.5.
As you just said. And there Gaben comes. He is ready.
He's poised. And if he doesn't get it this lap, I think he'll be getting it on the pit straight going into lap 32.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is the poll up in the Twitch chat? I don't see it.
It's supposed to be.
I don't see it. Where's Sober when you need him?
Yeah. He said to DM him, which I have.
Sector 2, what was that? Was that Hudson? No, it wasn't. It must have been Glenn with whatever it was since safety car. Not safety car, yellow flag. Man, he is getting so close.
I told you he'd be lining him up for the pit straight. He's just going to sit on the gearbox. And this shows you the experience of a driver. He knows he's got the pace. The DRS zone's coming. Just wait. You don't need to over push it.
100%. This is exactly what I tried.
Gets a really good exit. DRS is open. He's going to follow him as far down as he can.
Yeah.
And then he'll just switch up to the inside.
All the drag there. We see it. He switches out. Gets the inside of the corner.
Still leaves plenty of room in case Flyer does want to contest.
Yeah.
And off he goes. But we knew this was going to happen. Like this was a definitive.
Yeah.
The question is whether Travesty managed to catch up and do it.
Yeah.
He's managed to get it down to 1.3, 1.2 seconds with a lap and a half to go.
So
he'll be hitting DRS.
You'll be hitting DRS, yeah, definitely.
Oh, he's going to hit DRS for the first detection zone as well. That will put him in line to use it coming down the pit straight going into lap 33.
Yeah, so
Flyer's at risk
right now is get his ass away before the second DRS zone.
And Hodgson again also trying to move through the field on his still fresh softs, trying to get through Teriyaki, but
everybody get in,
fight.
And vote for driver of the day.
Yeah, driver of the day poll is up, but it's going to be a quick vote. So let's get it done.
Let's get it done as fast as you can, boys.
Vote as fast as you can. Travesty is pushing as hard as he can, and he is poised and in position. 3/10, the RS ready to open, and it is
And there
open.
it is.
We see
It
him
is
straight
fully
up
open.
behind Flyer. Flyer doesn't get the RS from Gaben either, which is such a detriment. It's the inside line for Travesty. He does get the job done and moves up to second, but kudos to Flyer. He's still going to finish third.
Third, and 17 laps from both him and Glenn on the fucking soft tires here. Man, good fucking job.
Good job indeed. So I think he's going to get through pretty
And
cleanly.
Bearded
No
is
issue. Oh, it's
out.
Bearded out of the session. That doesn't really affect track position for everybody else. But what it does affect is Tarachi's pace. He has to slow down through sector 1 there, and he was actually closing up to Glenn. Glenn has that 3-second penalty, and Tarachi's not too far behind.
He is not.
But again, Hodgson is also on Tarachi's tail as well, trying to fight for that 5th place.
Yep. I don't think Travesty will catch Gaben. Just going to put it out there.
And it looks like Gaben will be getting driver of the day, so we'll be having a driver interview with him. As you see, Travesty, he is pushing Gaben. He is
pushing, and he does have DRS here on the pit straight.
He does have DRS on the pit straight, but it kicks him way too late. He's not going to get it.
Nah.
Gaben crosses the line, first place. Travesty second. Flyer will come around to take third. Glenn, good race from him as well.
Yeah,
even with the penalty, will secure 4. Teriyaki is being in the wars, is still being hunted down by Hodgson right now, but again will secure himself across the line in 5th position.
They finished the race.
Haas number 2 in 6th. AlphaTauri number 2 coming through in 7th with Mr. Davy Boy. And the McLarens, who have had a mare of a race,
man,
have still managed to keep it on track. And
both those drivers finished adding points.
8th and 9th. It's points for both drivers for the constructors. So,
man, I did not believe that when we were under the second safety car. I was like, man, one of these boys is gonna drop out.
It's been an awesome race. Shall we get our race winner in here?
Let's get our race winner in here.
Mercedes number 1 driver.
Yeah, let's do that. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.
Where did you... Huh? What?
There you go. He's in.
Okay, he can't speak, so I'm going to arrange it so he can. And whilst I'm doing that, do you want to ask him his first question and how he done?
Yeah. Okay. Gabriel. Man, first of all, obviously, congratulations with both the race win and the driver of the day title that you voted by the community. Congratulations on that. First question I have for you is like, okay, when were you like confident that you can like, okay, I can actually win this? Because I read from the race engineer that you were kind of like, okay, we can probably secure P3, maybe P2, and then Crispy's out. What? Matt.
Continue. Yeah, so I wasn't sure until like the last lap, until the last corner, because Travis was getting behind me quick. Like I don't know how much he was behind me at this end.
It came down to 7/10.
Yeah, but he was.
1 second, let me just drag you out and in. Okay, you just go ball twos with Foggy.
So like, I was until like the last corner where I got past the finish line, because Travis was really fast.
Okay. I mean, your qualifying pace was insane, but the start of the race, you kind of got left in the dust a little bit. Do you feel like the safety cars and your superior strategies what's got you through to the race win in the end?
Yeah, I think it was the safety car and the strategies. I gotta thank Quasey for like the help with the strategies. Don't know if I would have done it myself, but that was definitely it. I don't know what happened at the start. I didn't go on the gas enough. Probably because we're just racing in wet weather and then one spin out.
Yeah, a little bit of caution, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so
have a slow start than none.
Okay, well, obviously you've been nominated for Driver of the Day and won it subsequently. So well done for that, as well as the 25 points. Fastest lap, I believe, does go over to Hodgson? Question mark.
I believe so as well. But yeah, that was that question. Like, did you feel like you benefited from the race engineer here that your team has added since the
Yeah,
last race?
definitely.
Okay. And
Interesting.
next week then is your favorite track, but definitely one of the
Oh,
hard
not
tracks.
anymore. Not anymore. Not in this game.
Oh, so you're not looking forward to it here?
No.
No.
So Rod,
I
what you're telling me is that man, you have the same feeling as your picture on your driver's license right now.
yeah.
Interesting.
I was actually not feeling confident for Spain as well, but it worked out. But I think I'm feeling less confident on Monaco because I've had such a hard time on Monaco in this game. It feels so much different and so much harder than the last game.
Yeah. I think so too. Well, thank you very much, Gaben. I'm sure you're exhausted from a very long qualifying session and multiple safety cars. So thank you for the intro. We'll let you crack on with the rest of your evening, and we'll see you next week for
Yeah.
Monaco.
Thanks. See ya. Bye.
Awesome.
So that will conclude the stream from the Spanish Grand Prix. The VOD will be uploaded as fast
Tomorrow.
as possible. Yeah, tomorrow, and a post will go out both Twitter in the here and in next week's update.
As always, you can check out the Discord if you're not already part of it. Get involved as a race engineer, a driver, a sub-driver, or even just somebody who wants to follow the action. Then
Just a
feel free
fan.
to join the Discord. Follow us on YouTube. Check out my Twitch channel. We're here every week as well.
Yes.
For now, I'm going to pass you over to, as ever, Let's Survive Paddy Plays, big Irish friend and streamer buddy of mine. So I'm going to pass you over there now. Thank you to Nelag, our caster, our broadcaster, Donkey, and myself as the casters. And we'll be here for the update on the BBU YouTube channel tomorrow,
Super
live
hyped
from
for
the
that.
BBU studio.
Very much live. So see you all later. Bye.